give a warm welcome to Louisella and Adele, please. Good luck.
Are we all there, do you think? Okay, marhaba. Ismi Louisella.
اسمي عادل.
And we are here. Sorry for switching to English, but it's in your interest that I speak English and not Arabic. So we are here today for 2 sessions. We come from a team called Search Quality Team, and we aim to improve the quality of search results in Google. So we are here today to present you with ways where you can improve visibility of your website in Google search results. And this is the first part of our session. In the second session, which will start at 1:05, we will talk a little bit about security, hacking, and what you can do to make sure that your business website is securely out there in the web. So thanks everyone for submitting your website. I passed around some paper earlier in the morning. We're going to take more websites directly from the audience here that we're going to review on the big screen during this session. So just, and I'm sure that you have heard this before, but the examples that we're going to show today, they are something that we have found relevant for most people in the audience. So it's nothing personal. Please don't take it personally. If you see the website there, it's something that we have picked to highlight areas of development for everyone. There is no such thing as the perfect website. Each website has areas of development, and we are hoping to have picked some good ones for you. So we're going to go through a few elements that we have discussed today in terms of search engine optimization. How many people were here yesterday? Only a few. Okay, very well. So you may have heard some of these concepts before. Please do ask questions, even more detailed or more technical, if you'd like to. We are also standing at the demo pods later today for the whole day. So if you don't manage to ask questions now, you can always ask them later during the day. So without further ado, let's get started with the first website that we have chosen to review.
Let me give you some introduction about what kind of stuff we're going to talk about first. So because a lot of you weren't here yesterday, we gave a presentation on how to make your website more discoverable in the search results. So what we're going to see today is like websites missing some of these elements. Something like optimizing the title tag on your site, optimizing the description, meta description of your site, putting alt attributes on your images, using Ajax or Flash on your site so search engines do not see these pages and things like that. So let's start with the first site. Okay. The first site we're going to take a look at is ulum.net. Is the webmaster here? Great.
Yes. The site has 2 webmasters. Okay.
Okay. What I also am going to do is open another tab and do a site search on Google for that site. So the site operator would basically show the indexed pages of that site in Google. Right. Okay. So let's go back to the site. If you take a look on the page, this is just an image with no description for this search engine about what it contains. It contains some text, but the search engine cannot see that. So the best way to tell the search engine what this image is talking about is putting some alternative text for that image. What's basically being done here is this is not even an image. This is like a div tag with a background. So we cannot really know what this is talking about. The best way to do that is to create an image element here, like to make this as an image element and give it an alt attribute with with what's in the image. Like for example, this would be alum.net. What I also saw is that, yeah, here there are categories that are images as well, but we cannot read into images. So for the user, this reads اعلانات, but if you check the cache of the website, if I do this, these categories would not be visible. These categories, اعلانات, بحث, الأقسام, because we cannot read these images. If you go back to the site view, you can check that the URLs are not really descriptive about the content of the page. So all I see is numbers. The best way to do that is perhaps include the title of the article that you're talking about. For example, like WikiLeaks and Amazon perhaps should be part of the URL here to make it more descriptive about the website. What I also notice is that if you check the source, there's no description meta tag in the site. So the description meta tag would basically, if I'm doing a search query on that site, this snippet is sometimes taken from the web page itself based on your query, and some other times if your meta description tag is more suitable to be displayed, we're going to display that. So if you have a good description, put it in the meta description tag, and this would be really helpful for the users checking the search results. Before moving to the next site, does anyone have any questions? Right. Can we give them a microphone, please?
Is a question there? Yes. Okay.
I heard that Google don't use meta tags for search. They ignore it.
Okay, there's lots of types of meta tags. We don't use the meta keywords tag. So a lot of people put like lots of keywords in this tag. We completely ignore it, but we do take a look at the meta description tag.
I heard that you use the content of the web to take a snap or a shot about what is in the web, not using the metadata.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Google does not use metadata that you use in the web at the meta tag. But
we read the meta tags, but there's lots of types of meta tags, and we ignore the meta keywords one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions?
Hi. About links, you told about bring links, not number, about subject, or contain a keyword of subject.
Okay.
السبجكت يكون Arabic or English. هون مثلا التطبيق على ويكيبيكس يعطي خدمات أمازون. شو الأفضل يكون إنه عربي ولا إنجليزي اللينكس؟ ونعتمد تقنية UTF-8 ولا الويندوز في الانكودينج؟
Okay. The best encoding would be the UTF-8 because it's more international. There's a lot of websites that I see, again, depending on the browser. Most websites detect UTF-8 automatically, but a lot of websites, especially on other operating systems other than Windows, wouldn't detect the encoding in the right way. So I would advise using UTF-8. For the URL, I guess it doesn't matter because we're going to index the URL ourselves, and we detect the language in that.
Google PageRank likes Arabic content or language?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Google PageRank.
Yes.
Like Arabic links or language links?
So you're asking about
Ranking.
Ranking.
Okay.
Every site
because you
has
said
a ranking
PageRank
in
and then
Google.
said Arabic or English links. I
Yes.
didn't see the relevance.
Okay.
So you're asking if you put the URL in English or in Arabic, right?
Yes.
I can see that all your website is in Arabic, so I would continue doing that.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. One last question, and then we move to another site. Then I'll take other question again.
Here, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I am asking about Pagerank. All webmasters we know about what's about the Pagerank is important for a website popularity in the search engine Google. From April, no any updates, new updates of Pagerank. What's the new strategy of Google? It's a new Google Caffeine or another thing?
Okay, so basically PageRank is well, in general, it's one of the factors that
Yeah.
determine your ranking. So it's not the only factor, it's not the most important factor, but one of the factors. And PageRank is calculated continuously. Every time we crawl the web and index the web, we determine page ranks of all the pages on the web. Now, the number that you see in the toolbar, it's only updated a few times a year. I don't know when this update is pushed.
Yeah, we know every 3 months Google will update the PageRank.
Okay.
But Google, it's too late from last April month and until now, no any new update. I am asking
It's
about
normal. So these 3 months may
every
vary. It's not absolutely a certain number. And it could be 4, it could be 6, and sometimes it's 3. We don't have a set date for updating the toolbar. So
okay.
we hear these 3 months a lot. But it's not necessarily exactly 3 months. It's like twice a year, 3 or 4 times a year, but there is no exact 90 days.
Yeah, until now
cycle.
one time on this year only.
Yeah, it's normal. Like we don't update
normal.
the toolbar necessarily as frequently as you may expect. But important is in the back end, we recalculate the value of each page every time we crawl and index it.
Okay, and what's the relation about the Google PageRank now with the Google Caffeine?
So
Can you tell
Google
me
Caffeine
another
is,
information about
okay,
it?
just
Yeah.
want to recap to give you a little background on where this question is coming from. So Google Caffeine is a change in the way we index pages, okay?
Okay.
So it's an infrastructure change. So we change the way we find pages, we put them in the index, and we're much faster now, much more comprehensive, a much more comprehensive way to find your web pages out there. That's what Google Caffeine is about. It's an infrastructure change. Then
to catch the spam and black hat websites, right?
that's two different
It's
things.
different. It's more about
Okay.
finding pages faster and indexing them in a faster way.
Then there are other issues, as for example, calculating the page rank for these pages, or finding web spam, and these are all separate issues. They are not related to Caffeine. They keep existing and we keep improving, but these are different things. So some things are the infrastructure changes, some things are improvement in how spam is detected, other things is in how PageRank is calculated, but these are 3 different topics of conversation. So we may talk maybe more into details about each of these if you'd like to spend some time with us during the day. But at this stage, I would say at high level, infrastructure change and web spam detection changes are different things.
Yeah. Last question, if we can ask him. Okay. About Google search engine, I think it's now we can read any content on any image without alt tag or alt attribute, right?
No,
It's-
not really. Well, we're experimenting with some algorithms.
Yeah, I
That
know
would
before we
determine-
cannot, but sorry for that. Main language is French, Anna.
Okay.
Okay. Currently, I see when I analyze our websites about the Google, we can index images content.
Well, there's lots of we have image search and we have Google web search.
Yeah.
For image search, and other products like goggles, we're experimenting with detecting the contents of the images. When it comes to Google search itself, we haven't yet started, or I don't know when or if we ever gonna do that. So to detect the contents of the image. So so far, the only way to tell us about the contents of the images or flash or videos is like writing alt attributes or description around that object.
So one thing is images.google.jo, and another thing is google.jo. Okay, so there are different algorithms that we use when we scan images and when we scan natural search and standard search.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
Can
you.
we?
Let's move to the other
Next
website, and then we take more questions afterwards.
Okay. So the next website that I'd like, it's actually two websites that I'd like to use in combination. First is duckwack.com. Is the webmaster in the room? Is the webmaster very shy? No, too shy to say in the room? Okay. So this website, the first thing that I want to point out is that you're seeing the Arabic version of the website. But if you'd like to switch to another version, you can as well do that. For example, now I want to switch to English. And let me draw your attention to the fact that I switched language, but nothing happened here. By the way, can you guys see, or should I make the screen bigger? Is this okay? If somebody can't see, there's a lot of free seats in here in the front, so feel free to come forward. Okay, so as you can see, this part stays the same no matter what happens to the language. And because Googlebot is not able to click when it crawls and indexes pages, it does not go through, it goes through drop-down menus, but is not able to select the language. So what happens is that we are going to store, most likely, the first version that we find on the site. So if I do a site search and I review all the pages that are indexed by Google, I find that the page that I see here, the home page, is indexed in English, even if there is an Arabic version. Because we are not able to index all possible variations, and as a result, if somebody was interested in the Arabic version and is expecting to see Arabic here, may be disappointed. So take that into consideration when you are working on how language detection is input by the users. Because I want to show you an alternative way to go around the problem that we are storing only one language if you're using, for example, Ajax to regenerate the content on the page based on the input, which is what is happening here. So this is our page in English. And if you look at the different websites, it's a website that has been submitted. It's called cashew.com. Is the website, is the webmaster here? Still not? Yes? Okay. Okay, so I want to show an alternative way to make sure that Googlebot picks up the different language sections of a website. So here I have a website, it's in Arabic, the first page I see. And if I want to change language, just click here, no, sorry. And I click on English. And what happens is that the URL will change as well. Now while it loads, I'm going to open, okay. As you see here, so the language parameter has been appended. So it's actually creating a different page. Now it's loading, so you can't see it yet. It's actually creating a different page where the content is in English. So what happens here? Googlebot, which is very limited in understanding, will see the home page in Arabic and the alternative versions in other languages displayed as different pages. And depending on what people are looking for, we'll try to serve them with the most appropriate version. So we're not letting anyone down. We're basically saying if you're looking for the Arabic content, we'll show you the Arabic version. If you're looking for the English content, we'll show you the English page. And let me show you how this looks like in search results. Which means that I'm going to do a site search. And again, I'm going to just use the site operator, site column name of the website. It's an exercise that you all, if you have a website, should do regularly to see what pages Google is indexing in search results. So let me show you that we have one version in Arabic, one version in French. I believe it was another version. No, sorry, not French, in Yes, French. There was a version in Turkish, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm not seeing here, but what I... Okay. Well, you get the idea what I mean. The idea is that we are able to detect different versions if different URLs are generated. And it's a good idea for us because we're able to serve people with the most appropriate version. While in the first case of duckwack.com, what happened that we would store only one version. This is the first that Google bot will see when it go out and find a page. So any questions on this? Okay, there's a question here and a question right there. And one here.
I'm sorry, I wanted to ask about the keywords tag. If Google doesn't index this tag, where can we include our keywords? In the description tag?
Which, in this example?
In any website. If you don't crawl the keywords anymore, if you ignore the keywords.
We ignore the meta keywords tag.
Yeah.
So let me reiterate this. There are, at code level, some meta tags that you may use. One is, for example, the meta tag description, and this is something that Google considers. There are many other meta tags. One that we do not take into consideration when it comes to ranking is the meta tag keywords. This is not something we consider.
Okay, but where can we include our keywords, or we can't include keywords?
Work on the content instead. So make your content as natural language. I mean, common sense means that if your page is about, I don't know, hotels, and it's likely that the keywords that you would have anyway in the meta tag keywords should be the content itself, right?
Okay. Another question in the description tag.
Yes.
I read once you can include, for example, owner, 2 points, and something, the name of the owner. Does this affect the search?
We're not
like author and something.
Author not necessarily particularly interesting for Google. We don't look at that.
Because in the PDF that you download from the internet, they included this.
Okay. Let's see. We can look at different reasons why you would specify the author. But in general, we're talking keywords and relevance of content. I would say author is not particularly relevant. But we can, if you have a particular example, then we can maybe take a look, and not necessarily now, we can take a look later. But if, in general, when it comes to content, I would say we are not necessarily interested in knowing who the first author was. Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. This was a first, where question was first there, and over there? Okay, over there.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I used the same technology as Casio.com, and my website is with him right now, Jamalon.com. Okay. If you can just show me why Google is not indexing the other languages of my website. It's only indexing the default language, which is the English one. Even though my URL for the Arabic language
we are circulating some paper to take more URLs. Yes. So if we have picked some examples, but if you don't see your website on the big screen, it means that we have tried to find one example that is relevant to many people.
Okay, no problem. Just in general, why Google is not indexing other languages in multilingual websites? Maybe, I don't know how with Casio it's working, but I noticed with multilingual websites, Google choose the default language usually and drop the other languages.
So the way it works is that we will have to detect that different languages belong to different sections. So in these cases, we have done that. In your specific cases, there may be other parameters that are preventing us from going and accessing other pages. In this case, what happens is that we have found different URLs with different languages, and we have stored all of them, right? So, for example, another solution that you may take is casio.com/AR, and you put all of your Arabic pages in that folder, or ar.casio.com, and that is the Arabic version of the website. So you can do, for example, subdirectories or subdomains and associate one language to one section. But in general, all of these methods should work. Appending a parameter, subdirectories, subdomains, they work better than Ajax detection of language because Googlebot will not be able to click enter. That's the bottom line. Then we can take a look at specific cases and see if there is something else that is blocking Googlebot from finding these pages.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Take a question on these other side. Can we take this question and then move on to the next site?
Just a quick question,
Okay.
please.
Wanted to, well, doesn't matter, either way.
Okay. Can I ask my question, please? Here.
Where is?
Here I am.
Here, okay.
Okay, regarding the syntax that we can express the current language for the URL.
Yes.
So here I can see that it's question mark lang equal AR.
Yes.
So is there other syntaxes that we can use to express the language that we are talking about?
Yeah.
For example,
this is
yeah.
something that is not appending a parameter. So this is appending a parameter. You want something different from this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what other alternatives that we can use? So here we have AR.
Yes.
So this is what counts exactly, right? So we don't have to use lang equal AR.
This is the parameter AR, which is Arabic, that has been appended. You could have written Arabic, or you can have written 1, 2, 3, and it would still work.
I'm sorry. I mean, can we have some examples about working URLs for Arabic using different syntaxes other than this one? Question lang equal AR.
Yeah, well, I
For
don't
example,
think we have any of these examples here, but we may find one for you. Do you have any example in mind that you like to point out?
No, I don't. But usually the best way to do this, like putting the lang equal AR is good, and this is discoverable. But we cannot group these pages. Like we cannot say this folder has Arabic content. But if you do like your website .com or whatever /AR or /EN, we know like all this folder contains this language, so we can discover them in a better way, or a subdomain. This is good as well, the lang equals AR, but we don't see the relevance between the pages. Like if a lang equal AR, then another one lang equal AR, they cannot be grouped, but it's okay still. But I'm just giving you ideas on how you can do that.
I have a website. Can I please show it to you so you can
we are taking more websites with the. What is the sheet of paper?
It's here now.
Okay. Maybe you can recirculate this again. We're passing this around again. Double check that your website is here, and if we don't manage to cover example from here, we'll take it at the demo pod during the day. We are right outside on the right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You mind if we pass this around again? You want to take the next website?
Yes. All right. Let's take another look. Okay.
Is the webmaster
A bit
here?
slow, huh?
Is the webmaster
Yeah, it's
here?
the webmaster here, of here2career.com. All right. Okay. Well, here's a website that's using exactly about the language. So here's the EN, and if you go here, you switch to the AR. Let's see if both of them are indexed, because you wanted to see if it's actually working.
No.
Okay, so these are the English pages, and here are the Arabic pages. So the URL is structured in a way to make it easy for us to discover both languages. So yeah, here it goes. But still, we still found like some issues that can be improved. Like for example, I was just taking a quick look, and then I realized if you can see here at the bottom, at the very bottom, if you can see that, it's the URL structure. So there are some pages that are made in a good way, like en/FAQs, and other pages says info pages .php !, page equal contact us. So it can be as simple as /contact us, and it would be easier for us to know what this page is talking about. And I was checking around the website as well, and I discovered that you can switch language or navigate to the home through these. So basically these are images. So we know that there's a URL that this link is linking to AR/home, but we don't know, there's no description about this link. So I would write it like as text, for example. I would say like Arabic. But here they did something good here. So they included an alt. So we can actually know that this represents Arabic. And if you go back to check the entire site, you can see that there are duplicate titles. You can see here. You can see here. I'm sure you can put different titles to describe the content better for the FAQs, for Arabic and in the Arabic language. Like this page is totally in Arabic, but perhaps you forgot to update the title tag to make it relevant to the language that you're using. And I was checking around as well, and I noticed that there are, like if I go back to here, if you check the source code, there are duplicate description tags. So here, putting some content about the website, and on the main page, it's being done the same thing. So perhaps you can include unique description about a certain page. Like this is a privacy statement. Perhaps you can put some description about the privacy statement itself. So these are some ideas about that site. Do you have any questions regarding this or anything else? I still can't hear you.
No, it's okay. Well, now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Just a quick question. How important is the domain name for the search results? I mean, do you consider the domain name as part of your search criteria?
It's one of the factors. I mean, if you have a website about jobs and you're
how important it is?
It's one of the factors. There's no like percentage of like this is more important than this. It's like a bunch of, we have like over 200 factors, and you should work on like we already gave you ideas on improving like alt description, the title, and everything. All these are factors, and this is one of them. So if you have good content, we're gonna discover it if the user is searching for it, but you can help us. So if you have a website about jobs and the domain name is Games Online, so this is probably not the best domain for that site. But definitely like the first step to start a website is choosing a domain name and knowing exactly what you want, and choosing a domain name based on that is really a good idea. Yet again, like you don't want a domain that says buying medicines in Amman, Jordan for, like you don't need this. So you need it to be short, easy to remember for the users to visit later, and descriptive. Welcome.
Let's take a question on this side. There's a question over there.
Hi. Can we talk a little bit about special indexing for news portal?
For?
News portal, where you
Okay.
have regular
Portals.
updates, articles published every day, and especially how to get them to news.google.com, not just on google.com.
Okay, so we have a different bot
Yeah.
for news. I don't know if you have more information about news, but we have different bot, and the procedure is a bit different than Google search.
Yeah, it's slightly different. So if your site is specifically about news, and you're aiming for news inclusion, so you're aiming to show up as one of the results in Google News, what you need to do is two things. First, you need to request inclusion in Google News. And then once you have gotten approved for Google News, you'll have to submit a news sitemap, which is slightly different from a traditional sitemap. Okay? A sitemap is a list of all the pages of your website. There are different flavors of sitemap. There is traditional sitemaps, image sitemaps, a list of all your images, video sitemap, a list of all your videos, a news sitemap, code sitemap, etc. A list of all your news. So once you have requested inclusion and you got the okay, submit a news sitemap, and we will do a few different, we'll treat the site in a few different ways. So one of the ways is most likely we'll have to look at different sections of the page to understand what the news is about, where the images in the news are, and what they represent, and what is the date of the images, and how frequently we need to crawl this news. Sorry, what is the date of the news, how frequently we need to crawl this news. But you'll need to submit a news sitemap first.
Okay, and this will be pushed to the regular web search?
So all...
Or we have to do both. We have to optimize for your regular robot and for your news robot.
So it's a very good question. Let me repeat it to make sure everyone got it. So does this affect how I optimize my website for regular google.jo and not just news.google.jo? So in both cases, you will make your news informational. So try to follow the general Google Webmaster guidelines. That doesn't change. So stick to the same guidelines. What I would say it would be different is that your news in google.jo need to be, are in competition with many other websites that we show up in the page of search results. So thanks to universal search in google.jo, you may see that we find, for example, not just traditional web pages, but also a selection of news, a selection of images, a selection of blogs, a selection of maps, etc. So while on news.google.jo, you may be competing only with a certain type of websites, which are websites about news. On google.jo, the standard one, you'll be competing in ranking with a much bigger amount of websites. So in a way, you may not see your website showing up at equal frequency on news and on traditional, but that's the only thing that I would really keep in mind. Okay, shall we move to the next website and take a website from the list that we have in the audience? Is it still going around? It's here? Okay. Okay, and I won a business card as well. Wonderful, thanks. Okay. So, you choose randomly? Or
Like this.
JordanOpenSource.org. Is Webmaster here? It's gone. No, then no, it takes. Is it here? It's
okay.
Okay. By the way, it's not fair to submit the website of the competitors. Okay? So it's not, is it loading? So it's loading a bit slowly. I'm not sure this is intentional or unintentional, but one useful thing you may want to do, if you're worried whether your website is low or not, if signed up for Google Webmaster tools, which are available at google.com/webmaster, there is a section. This is my account in Google Webmaster Tools. This is my website, our website, Google Webmaster Center.blogspot.com. And if you go to Labs and you click on Site Performance, we will give you an average of how long it takes for your pages to load. For example, in this case, my pages take 4.6 on average, and it's lower. We are lower than 71% of similar websites. We also give you a selection of pages here. We tell you what's wrong with these pages, why it takes so much to load. So, for example, I have one that says it takes 7.3 seconds, which is much higher than my average. Then I can click on the details, and it turns out it's due to JavaScript, DNS lookups, CSS. So you can really dig down on what's wrong with each of your pages. That is loading particularly slowly. So we recommend that you sign up with google.com at Google Webmaster Tools, and that you verify your website. Anyway, having said that, so let's take a look at the size search, which means I'm taking a look at all the pages that are indexed. Okay, there are approximately 2,000 pages indexed. Does the webmaster agree? Is this a good number, or it's a right number, or it's a wrong number? Still waiting on the webmaster. Okay. No, it's okay. Don't run away. Okay, fine. I just wanted to give you the idea that this number is an approximation. So, for example, if it turns out from the webmaster that you actually have 100,000 pages and only 2,000 are indexed, you may have a problem. If you want to know the exact number, you'll have to sign up with Master Tools and submit a sitemap, because this is a general public number, but from Webmaster Tools is something private that you only can see. Okay, the first thing I want to point out is that titles are all very similar, and we have tried to make our best guess to put in the snippet some text that is relevant to what the site is about. But as far as I can see, the first impression I get about the website is that it's about 26th of October 2010, and participants from different Arab world countries met to discuss, etc. So I think you can do better than this by hinting with a meta description, possibly, on what the site is about, and hoping that we may pick that up and put that in the snippets. Let's go a little deep down. Okay. Seems like it's indexing, in some cases, numbers in the URL, and in some cases, words. So I know this is most likely due to the CMS you're using, which don't sure what is using here now. Could be WordPress or could be Joomla. So if you can avoid, unless it's an ID, if you can stick to this type of pages instead, which reflect what the page is about instead of random numbers, this is probably more informational than this. Okay, because numbers are not particularly informative, don't tell particularly much about what the page is representing. Plus, if you see in the snippets that this text doesn't make much sense, you may want to keep an eye on this, because the page may be broken or may display some PHP code that's not picking up the right content, but Googlebot doesn't know. So it will assume that this is the content of the page and index the page the way it is, even if it's broken. So monitor your website for this type of errors, because we reflect these errors in most cases in the snippets. Anything you want to add here? Want to take one?
Yeah, sure.
Let's say we can take another one, and we may take a question or two afterwards. We have another. another couple of minutes. Can somebody give us how many minutes we have left? 2? 1? Okay, we'll take a we probably won't have the time to go through not one, so we'll take.
Okay, let's
take
questions then.
2 questions.
At random.
Somebody that still hasn't asked a question.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go at the bottom this time around, over there. Good. So go bottom to top.
And we have another session afterwards, so
yes,
we're gonna be here. Don't worry.
Hi. You hear me, right? Hello. Hi.
Hi.
I have a very simple question. Actually, it's about content targeted content. For example, I have a website that displays content according to the visitor location, and that content is displayed in the domain, or sometimes in the URL itself. So my question is, if I have the location displayed in the domain, not in the domain, in the URL itself, would it be good or not? That's all. Thank you.
so how do you detect the location? By IP? Or
Yeah, by IP address.
Okay, and based on the IP, you change the URL?
Exactly.
Okay, so Googlebot will come most likely from an IP that you don't know.
Exactly.
So it will pick the page that it found for that IP, and that will be the only page that will be indexed. Okay. So we will index only one version. If you have multiple versions, I would say do not rely on IP, because we will keep one and discard the others. And then if we come from a different IP the next time, we will keep we'll have a different copy. So I say if you can do that in a different way, it's much better.
So it does not depend on the URL itself. It depends on the IP. The way that it does not depend on the URL itself. It depends on the IP, the way that you index the page.
If you are displaying content according to an IP, and you change also the URL, is just a consequence. If you are displaying content according to an IP, say I come from Jordan, you show me something, and Googlebot comes from, I don't know, US, and you show it something else, then that's the version that we will store, the Googlebot version. Okay. And that URL as well.
So if Googlebot come from Jordan, it will index the page from Jordan only.
But I'm afraid that at this stage, Googlebot is not coming from Jordan, I think.
Hopefully in the future. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to continue. Our session is, we have back-to-back sessions. Our first one is over. So there's going to be a website optimizer in the breakout room. Whoever is interested is going to start soon. If you want to stay, we're going to start with the other session. So the other session, we're going to present about hacking and how to keep your site secure. So shall we start with the presentation, then take more questions, or take a few questions and then present?
Say we can start. We can do the presentation and then we take more questions. Okay. So for whoever wants to go and see Website Optimizer, once again, you can start it now in the breakout room. For the others, we'll go through the presentation first. So it's a tool that you may use in combination with your AdWords account to improve how your campaigns are performing. Let's put it this way. I know it's a very high-level explanation, but if you need more details, it's a good session. That's the right session. Okay. Okay, so this session is about visibility and security, and the first thing that I want to talk about is the security and reputation of your website. So how many people I guess many of you have a website. How many people ever get a hacker attack to their website? 1, 2, quite a few. That's very good.
And what did they do?
I mean, not very good, very bad. But But it's very good when you fix it. So, yeah, any question?
Yeah, I was just asking, what did they do to your site? Because there's lots of hackers with, like, some of them just leave a message like, haha, you were hacked, and some of them do some other nasty stuff. So, who were hacked and put malware on their site?
So that when you would look for it in Google, you would have this site may harm your computer.
Who had the haha, you've been hacked? Okay.
One.
So there's lots of types. The other third type, perhaps it's less to discover, but Leila is going to present about it now.
Okay. So whoever tells me what's wrong with this page wins a mug. Can you point out anything? Anything that this page looks like there's something wrong? Yes. Can we have a mic there?
The bad words downside.
These URLs here?
The Viagra thingy, yes.
The Viagra thing, okay. And what do you think is wrong here?
Those guys used some keywords attacks or some black hat methods just to appear on Google when people search for Kimball Farms.
Okay, but why would you think that Kimball Farms, which is a family operation since 1939, would like to show up for the words by
No, actually,
Viagra?
it's not them who did this. If it is a really good foundation, then of course a hacker did this.
Okay,
just to get traffic or to sell some Viagra pills.
Okay, I think you still got a mug. Can we have a mug for our friend
Thank
here?
you.
Okay, so you guys get the idea. There's something wrong here. This is a family business, so that sells homemade ice creams and in over 40 flavors, etc. So it's unlikely that they would ever like to show up for words such as best place to buy Viagra in Canada. All right? So it's when you see this happening to your business, it's not good. You want to maintain your reputation online clean, you maintain your visibility clean. And hackers' attack may also affect the way your website is displayed in search results. So it's important to keep an eye on this, not to see your website the way Kimball Farm or website owners saw it one day in search results. So what do we mean by hacker and spammer? We mean somebody specific today. We mean somebody that maliciously changes a website, that is doing this for money, for profit, and in general doesn't care about consequences, so doesn't care about what happens to you. And this particular type of hacker, spammer, is slightly different from the hacker that is, Adel was describing, the one that attacks the website to replace the home page, for example, with you have been hacked, or I don't know, a political message or something like this. Okay, we want to install updates, and we also want to highlight the fact that these hackers and spammers are looking for three things in particular. The first thing they're looking for is, in general, links. We have seen that links play an important role in many search engines. So, for example, links are important for Google because we calculate PageRank, which is one of the factors that we take into consideration to rank pages. And it's hard for a hacker, a spammer that has very bad content to get people to link to their pages. The second thing they're looking for is general hosting, so a free place to put spam pages or suspicious pages. And the third thing is visitors. Drive as much traffic to malicious pages, so with your visitors you can do pretty much whatever you want. So, for example, distribute malicious software, distribute viruses, etc. So let's take a look at a few attacks. The first that I'd like to point out is very, very easy. So, okay, this is your typical product page, and in the comments you have stuff like nonsense comment plus direct links to a suspicious page. Okay, these are all links to, I'm not sure you can read, but these are all links to a pharmacy website. There's nothing to do with the product page. Second example, you want to talk a little bit about this?
How many people have seen this or something similar before? A lot. So a lot of times this is kind of harmless. Someone is posting like some songs on the internet. You click on the link, you download them, perfect. But sometimes like you own a forum and there's one user who wants all the you have a good forum. He wants all the users and all the traffic to come to his site from your site. So what they do is they put lots of keywords. They put this link. Click here to download, and then when you click, you realize that you're ending up on a page that is not relevant to the keywords even. So he just wants to attract these people from your forum to his site. So if you see this in your forum, perhaps you might want to check this person's other posts, and if he's behaving exactly the same way all around the forum, it's a good idea to delete the posts and ban him from the forum.
Okay. So this very sophisticated picture should aim to describe a particular type of hacking. It's posting pages on your site that are made to give links to the spammer site. So your site may still look okay, but some sections of it may be artificially put by the spammer. So this is a Egyptian example. We are looking at an example of a website where the homepage, we've done this exercise before, right? Site column, name of the site, we return all pages in a site. The homepage looks perfectly fine, so the page is about home. There's the menu, home, corporate, latest news. But then if you look at the bottom here, there is a whole set of pages that has nothing to do with the content of the website. And the typical shape is this type of pages, okay? This is the cache version, so if you enter cache column name of the page, it will show you what this page really is about. So the website, in most cases, will look like something like this. Normal domain, and somewhere deeper down in the URL, you have something like suspicious keywords dash suspicious keywords dash suspicious keyword.html. This is just an example. I have my Vials, Poker, Inclusion, Blackjack on a perfectly normal domain. In this particular case, not only the page, as you can see here, not only the page is a spam page, has nothing to do with the real content of the website, but also this page is used to spread malicious software, also known as malware. So we have detected that, and we want to protect Google users from accessing pages that are spreading malware. So we have put an intermediate page and a warning that says this site may harm your computer. So even if you click on this page from Google search results, then you will not go directly to the page. You get the idea of how seriously this may affect your business? Because if you rely on Google's traffic and you don't get Google traffic because we have put an intermediate page in between to protect our users, you may see significant drops in traffic due to this. So you want to make sure that this is not happening to your website. Let's take a look at more examples. Hacked pages on your site made to get a lot of links or infect your users. This is a perfectly normal website. This is how it looks like in the browser. So it's a website that is under construction, and it's telling me to come back soon. Okay, this is how you see the website from Chrome or Firefox, whatever. And this is how Googlebot sees your website. So what happens here, this is the cache copy. Again, cache column name of the page into Google will show you something like this, a simplified version without CSS, without images. And what happens here is that there are at the bottom of the page, so see this is the content, the site is under construction, come back soon, but suspiciously at this bottom here, there are, done with CSS, if you're familiar with this, displayed some hidden links that you wouldn't see at first sight, and they're going to VPL, whatever, a pharmacy website, okay? So what is happening here? The hacker is hoping to get links with your PageRank, so based on the value of the page, is hoping to get these links to his own or her own web page, right? So abusing your PageRank by hiding links. This is particularly serious, and we will see why, because there are cases like this where we'll have to take, again, to protect our users, the website altogether out of search results. right? So your site may disappear from search results due to a violation of Webmaster guidelines, which is hidden text. We notify you, however, so we give you a hint. And the way we give you a hint is through this tool, Google Webmaster Tools, which is available google.jo.webmasters, it's Webmaster Central. It's a place where you can find a lot of information about how to improve your visibility in search results and a lot of help. There's a forum of help where your adult here is taking your questions on the Webmaster Help Forum in Arabic, together with many other talented webmasters. There is a help center. There is, well, the set of tools and the link to the blog where you can read more. So how to use Webmaster tools to monitor performance of a site. I have a website here where on the left-hand side, we give you the words that represent your website. And if you see some suspicious switches, such as, for example, this site is a family-friendly website, and all of a sudden, overnight, it seems like the most relevant word in the site are actually nude, naked, etc. This basically means that the hacker has been hiding so many words on the site that the content is actually reflecting the new content. So what we see is a completely different type of content. And because hackers typically hack multiple websites in one go and then they link to one another, we also see that the words that are used to link to your website are kind of suspicious. So what happens from our side? If we have detected that there is a suspected hacking on your site, we have sent you a notification in Google Webmaster Tools. We have detected, for example, abused forum pages or egregious amount of comment spam. Comment spam is the first example we have seen, the one with the comments at the bottom of a product page. So spam or abused user-generated content will trigger this message that you will find in Google Webmaster Tools. So sign up. Another type of message you may get, if we have had to take away your website from search results to protect our users, as for example the case of hidden words, hidden links, we have given you a warning due to the violation message warning, and we have also told you that the page are being temporarily removed from search results. If the case is that you are spreading malware, so you get this site may harm your computer in the Google search results, we're giving you a malware warning, which is a different one from the previous example. So now we'll take a look at the best practices for security, things you may want to do, and how to handle all of these messages. So one example is setting a Google alert for your website. Google Alert is a tool that notifies you when we have found some content based on the words you're looking for in Google. You can sign up, for example, for Google Alert and set up a query, which is site column name of the site, followed by some suspicious words that shouldn't be in your website. So in this example here, I have siteexample.jo, Viagra or download. So it means that we will try to find these words into your pages, which are site column name of site.
And we're using these keywords just because they are very common between hackers. So most of the hacked cases that we saw, the hackers were using these keywords. That's why we're emphasizing more on these keywords, because they are more common between between hackers.
Yeah, it's typically you may want to vary a bit the semantic field and look for more than these suspicious keywords. Do we have any recommendations specifically for Arabic?
Most of the Arabic hackers hack for the reason to put haha, you've been hacked. But they might start doing like bad things like this when they notice like, hey, this site has high PageRank. Let's take advantage of that. But I would say, like, if you check Google Insights for search or Google Trends, you can see like the highest queries for Arabics. They are mostly about games and things like that. So perhaps you can put like some keywords from these popular queries, like in the alerts, so you can check if you have any of this. Of course, you might have like your website might be about games, so perhaps you're gonna get a lot of queries about that. But you know what I mean. If you like, just put totally unrelated but popular keywords in there.
So if you're using blogs, if you're using VBB, stuff like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, they all come in different versions, and these versions don't stay the same. So many versions are vulnerable, and what hackers do is that they typically try to find what versions you're using so they know which attack that they can take against your website. So it would be a good idea if you could hide your CMS version, just not to give hackers ideas, and then harden your CMS. Keep it up to date. Don't be lazy and update. We also give you a warning in Webmaster Tools if we have detected that there are more up-to-date versions of the CMS you're using. We will give you a heads up, encouraging you to download the latest version. The second recommendation is to make sure that your commenters are real people. So, and we've seen actually that even if they are real people, they may still be malicious. But it would be a good idea if you can prevent automated spam attacks, for example, in the comments by installing CAPTCHA, which means you have to solve a little something, like a little numerical problem, or enter some characters before you can actually post. Or you can prevent people from, or bot from posting, for example, each second. You can put a time limit. Or you can filter out IP addresses. Or no follow untrusted links. Nofollow is an attribute that you can put at code level, page by page, so that you are not passing PageRank and related signals to another page with that link. So people are not encouraged to place links on your page because anyway they're not getting anything out of it. And it would be a good idea if you could investigate your top site's weaknesses. Weaknesses that you may not have thought of are, for example, different domains that hackers may register and use to abuse your website. So if you have, for example, your business is organizing events, something like Expo Cairo was one event, 2011, Expo Amman 2011, is it something that is repeated in the future? So you may want to register domains early because it's really hard for you to get a domain if it's already been registered by somebody for the next 10 years, for example. Once again, this is where you can sign up, google.com/webmastertools. You can sign up directly there, and there are versions in different languages. If you're signed up, and if we have sent you a message, like the case that we have seen here, where there was hidden content, so we had to take the website out of search results, you will have to enter the account and request a reconsideration, which basically means that you have cleaned up your website and that you are ready to be re-included in Google search results. So it's very important that you take your website offline, do a very good cleanup, and only then apply again for reconsideration. If your site is harming people's computer, so we are giving them a heads up in the search results, you have to follow a different procedure. So this means that you'll have, again, to clean up your website, but apply for a malware review request, which is a different thing. Again, there is a link in Webmaster Tool that all you need to do is follow it, and it will take you step by step on what you need to do. So click on Request a Review. And there is a place where you can read more. It's googlewebmastercentral.blogspot.com with a few very good articles about hacking and malware. And having said that, I think, yes, we can take questions.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, actually, I have a question regarding the Nofollow links.
Okay. Maybe you can start again, because I think not everybody heard the first few words. The question is about Nofollow links.
Nofollow links.
Okay.
Yeah, now, if I have a website and want to increase the position of the website in search engine, If I use Nofollow, for example, many sites giving you to write an article in English, and they are giving you the ability to add links to your website, but these links are Nofollow links. Can I get any benefit from these links? I know that this will not give me anything related to PR or to PageRank, but I'm talking about the position of the site in search engine.
Well, it's gonna give you, yeah. So nofollow attributes and links don't pass PageRank, but they can still give you exposure. So if it's a news website, important website, has lots of readers reading this article, this is brilliant because you're getting out of it traffic. And like ultimately, this is the reason why you optimize your website to end up with traffic. So you're getting natural traffic, direct links. These people might be bloggers themselves. They might write an article about your website, put maybe some followed links, and get some PageRank out of it at the end. So good articles about your website, even with no follow links, can be beneficial.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for your session about the security and how to protect our website. But I have a very simple question. I don't want to sound techy here, but don't you think you should educate webmasters also about how complicated your password should be, and using other ways of protecting websites? But it may sound a little bit tricky, so I don't want to go through that.
Yes.
It's only a note, not a question actually.
Okay. Well,
so
now that you asked it, we're gonna say it.
Yes.
There's
thank you.
perhaps we didn't give much examples about how your website got hacked. Like we got some examples, but it was mainly about the CMS you're using and like things related to the web page itself. But you can still get hacked from your web hosting. So if you have a simple web hosting password, for example, or when you register in a web host, most of the times they give you a generic password that they give to mostly everyone else. So this is a good idea to change that, because hackers know, like, okay, so this site gives you this password always. So they try to collect the sites, try to hack them, and do whatever they want with them. So it's a good idea to change the password, make it as complicated but still remember it as much as you can. It's also good to choose a web hosting company that is very reputable. So if you choose something very cheap, not really well known, they might get hacked themselves, and this would put your website in jeopardy. Do you have any other tips?
I would say if you like to talk a little more in details about technicalities, we have some recommendation on ports that you may have not taken into consideration, especially if you're using the file transfer protocol to update pages on your website, transfer pages from offline to online. So there are vulnerabilities there, and since this may go into technical details, I just want to highlight, watch out the way you put your pages online, and if you're using different protocols. If you have more technical questions, we can take them at the demo pods. Please come and see us, because we will be very happy to take them. Not that I want to push our presence here, but we have another 10 minutes before we can.
You can still use that.
But it was great to get applause. You can get another one? No, I'm joking. Okay. Yeah, let's take some questions on this side here.
Hello. I want to ask if you have any tools or tips how to prevent your website from being hacked in the first place, by doing a robust code, adding something to your website so it cannot be hacked. As I see in your Webmaster's link, you tell us if we have been hacked, and you help us in that. But if we want to prevent hacking in the first place, is there anything Google can help us in that?
So there are quite a few things. We mentioned a few. Like if you're using content management systems, you should have the most up-to-date. You should patch your server. So it depends on which server you're using. You should constantly update the patches on your server. Password security, blocking some ports. These are secure hosting. secure protection on HTTPS for some pages that are particularly sensitive. I think these are the most important things to keep in mind.
Thank you.
There's a question here.
Hi. How does Google consider HTML tags in relation to the content, the importance of the content?
HTML tags says, for example,
like H3 or H1 header tags. And CSS as well, if you can.
Okay. So we read the HTML content without the CSS. So CSS is a good way to modify the visibility of your content, like to make fonts smaller, bigger. The H tags and the strong tag to make it bold, the I tag to make it italic, are good ways to emphasize on certain important certain important keywords or topics on your page. So, for example, if you have a title of the page, it's really good to have it in an H1. Maybe the size of the text would be way bigger than you want, but you can adjust that in CSS. If you have an article with you can highlight some important keywords in bold, for example. These are good, but it's really important not to abuse those, because, for example, if you have an article and every other word is bold, so everything is as important as other, so you're not kind of emphasizing on the importance of a certain topic in your article. So you're kind of abusing everything. This wouldn't be so much effective.
Can I ask a question? Is anybody in the audience think that their website is hacked now and would like to share it? No? Nobody? Very good. Awesome. I am very happy with to hear. One person? No? You have a website hacked? Okay. Maybe we can pass some paper around, and you can write, and you can make it anonymous if you don't want to share it yours. But I'd like to have at least one example, courtesy of a different country, so nobody feels that there is any hacked website in Jordan. We'll pick a different country. Just want to show this example to see how you may check the website yourself, okay? So I want to show you that this website is called touregypt.net. It's not loading. Okay. Okay, so this is the website, touregypt.net, the site search. Now the website is not loading. And I kind of have a suspect why, but this is how the website looks like in the cache. So you see it's a normal website. There is some sections about traveling in Egypt. Then there is another section about holidays in Egypt, etc., etc., etc. It's perfectly fine. This is the cache version, which is the latest version that Google has downloaded. If you want to recreate the cache version directly, all you need to do is go in cache column, name of the page, and we will show you the exact same thing. Now, what I want to do is that I want to find out if there is any suspicious page in this website that maybe has been attacked by a hacker. So what I want to do is that I want to enter words that may be found in a website. So I put poker as is one of the typical words used by hackers, spammers in their attacks. And as you can see here, there are some pages that don't necessarily make a lot of sense. Okay, so for example, I have one URL which is Luxor News, but it seems like the content is words that are half in German, half in English, and include the word poker. They are called summary, and they belong to the folder Luxor News. So they're not cached, but they are still present as part of the website. So you may do this exercise on your own website, also with other words. You can do, for example, poker or Viagra. Okay, And it seems like there is another section on the website which seems particularly suspicious. It's called CGI bin/calendar, where if I load this, the pages are actually not found. One of them is not found, but the other, it's still there. So this page still exists. This is what you see, but what really Googlebot sees, it's something else, is this type of content that's been posted by the spammer here. So it's a fairly old page, February 27, 2009. So it may be that these pages have been there for a long while. The webmaster forgot about protecting them, and then they've been vulnerable to attacks. Any questions about this example? Yes. Can we take a mic here? Okay, I'll offer a mug if somebody wants to share their hacked website.
I just wanted to ask a quick question.
Yes.
If a website was hacked and it was like, let's say, blacklisted by Google, do you actually consider putting them back on the whitelist, or is it gone forever?
Yeah, well, of course. We're only removing it. We only remove it in some cases, but sometimes we remove it because it's really harmful for the user or things like that. So basically, when you clean up the hacked, if there was malware, you send the malware site review. If it was like other things, like if your site was hacked and like links has been injected, but there was no malware, you can remove these links and submit a reconsideration request.
Where can we submit this? At Webmaster Tools?
All these in Webmaster Tools, yes.
Thank you.
So in Webmaster Tools, in the front page, we send you messages in Webmaster Tools. And normally these messages stay in Webmaster Tools. What you can do, there's a drop-down menu. You can say, please forward me these messages to my email. Because maybe a lot of us don't check Webmaster Tools on a daily basis. But if there's a message from there, I want to see it from my email. You can check that in the Webmaster Tools homepage.
Hi. Yes, here.
All right.
Please check my website is hacked. islamblogs.net.
Let me see. I have to spell it for us. I have the website here, karam.net, but I couldn't find anything particularly suspicious about that. So we'll try this other.
islamblogs.net.
Want to spell it?
Islam.
Islam.
Correct.
ISL blogs.net.
And what happened to this website?
Hacked by announcement. Database has been hacked.
Okay. All right. So is that something similar? Okay.
Yes.
So this is this is like a free blog provider, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can sign up and open your own blog that will be called something like myblog.islamblogs.net, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So just to know more about the site, were you getting like lots of people creating random blogs and putting random stuff in them, or you think that the original website, like just the homepage of your site, has been hacked?
Because what we see here, the first thing that draws my attention here is that there are certainly some legitimate bloggers, such as Hussam.islamblog.net, but bloggers like Sasami009.islamblogs.net, this seems to me unlikely to have hosted on islamblogs.net. So is this the type of things you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
He created automatic sub blogs spam.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is basically, perhaps they didn't hack the site itself. They're perhaps abusing the sign-up process of your site to create a blog. So you can make it harder for. Usually they do that automatically. You can do that harder for their robots to create their blogs by making them create a CAPTCHA, solve a CAPTCHA, like you know the image that you need to write the text of it. You can also create, like, if you're getting lots of create website from the same IP, you can block this IP and things like that.
If in general you're providing hosting, you should make it harder for people, or you should only have regular users. You should make it harder for spammers to sign up. So other types of hosting are forums. So for example, if you have a forum, or you host the forum as part of your business, you should really make sure that you only have regular, real users, and not like this, which is an automated bot is generating thousands of pages. Another typical example, if you have wiki pages, if you are providing people the opportunity to open a Wikipedia page on your site, then you should make sure that these Wikipedia pages or wiki pages are not automatically generated. If you are providing free hosting, like in this case, that's what Adel was saying.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Where is the mic?
That's a good question.
Thanks.
There's a question at the bottom.
There's a question there, please.
If the site were blocked, do webmasters...
Can you raise your voice, please?
If the site were blocked, do webmasters cooperate with other web filtering, let's say, providers, you know, from all over the world? You have different, let's say, web filtering databases. So that, like McAfee, like Semantic, they do have their own web filtering databases.
Okay.
So it's a matter of having a good reputation of the website all over the world. So all of these, let's say, web filtering databases should have this site, let's say, known to them that it's back to normal now. It's no more hacked or something like that. Do you have any interaction with these
No,
agents?
what we use, there's one thing that you may have noticed that is synchronized is browsers such as Chrome and Firefox with our malware warning, and that's the only thing. So if we have a malware warning that it's detected by Google, it's most likely so the site is spreading malicious software. That's also detected by Firefox and Chrome when you try to open the page. But other than this, I'm not aware of any common database that is used to detect hackers. Okay, can we have the micro? Yes.
For this issue, I suggest the Trust Seal certificate, like from McAfee or VeriSign. It's very simple, and we can help any webmaster to protect his website before he blocked.
Good. I got a VeriSign certificate.
I use VeriSign and McAfee already.
Good. So if you like to talk under the session, I think it would be a good conversation. Okay, take another question.
Yeah, thank you for your speech. I had an experience like our website search results on Google was hijacked, and the hacker changed the title and the description of the results. So we used this Webmaster tools and we resubmitted the sitemap, and we tried to change the keywords, but it took like forever to change it. Like it took like 2 to 3 months until those titles and description went back normal. So how can we do it faster?
Okay, so the first thing, submitting a sitemap would not really solve the problem because we already know about this URL. The first thing to do is clean this content. Let's say you cleaned it. The second thing to do is like to figure out how the hacker did that so he doesn't do that again. So you have clean pages, but the search results are still infected with these keywords. What you can do is you can submit a cache removal in Webmaster Tools. There's a section that you can say like, can you please remove this cache of the keywords so that they don't appear on my site. Eventually, we already know the URLs. Eventually, we will recrawl the whole site, and we get the clean versions of these pages anyway. So mostly, it's a matter of time. But if you think that your pages are showing up with these keywords, you can submit a cache removal from Webmaster Tools.
If they are not strictly necessary, you may even block them for a while. So if it's not the home page, obviously, you may even prevent Googlebot from accessing them altogether by using a robots.txt file. So you can...
but they're already in the search results.
Yeah, but the next time we crawl, then we will take them away. But it's probably not the best solution because it could be separate pages in different folders, so not necessarily a good idea. Okay.
Okay.
Were changed the keywords and description, but when someone click, it goes to the website. It's to the right URL, but the description was wrong.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we can't block the URLs. Like we are blocking the visitors from coming to our website.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So perhaps a cache cleanup is the best way to go. And I would start with the high ranking. You can check the high ranking URLs on Webmaster Tools. I would start with those because these are the URLs that users see. And you mentioned that you were hacked because you were using WordPress. WordPress is a really good template, but because it's very well famous, hackers keep looking for holes. So it's a good idea to keep your WordPress template updated. Whenever they release a new version, just rush and update it, because usually the old versions get very well known for their hacks. So what hackers would do is they know that a certain version of Webmaster is vulnerable. They go to Google search, they put WordPress and the version, and then they get all the sites that they can hack, and they can easily hack them. So just be one step ahead and keep your WordPress template updated.
Okay, I think we'll have to, well, one last question and then we wrap it up and then we'll let you go. I think should be lunchtime, if I'm not mistaken. So anybody can give us the time, that would help.
Hi. If I have a Google site which has a domain name masked to it, is it possible to be hacked?
Okay, so you're hosting your content on Google.
Yeah.
Yes. So if there's any vulnerabilities, we'll fix them automatically. And this is the same case if you're hosting your content in WordPress itself, not having a template. But there's still other things that you need to pay attention for. Like hackers can still spam you in the comments and things like that. So you have less chances to be like hacked in a certain way that they have access to your pages themselves, but they can still inject like some malicious links in the comments. So perhaps moderating the comments is a good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we can call it off. And if you still have any questions, please come and see us. No matter if the question is more technical, less technical, we are standing at the pods, and we can call it off and go and have lunch. Thanks, everyone.